their Maniacs, because why would you let Yoshi get PS2? But it is a Zelda, so you don't mind having that room.
Let's find out as we get into it. Battlefield. All right, Battlefield has been a popular choice tonight, and I think this actually makes a good amount of sense. This is going to be a very good stage for them to just be able to defend center stage, press outwards, short flats as necessary. Both these characters have the tools to do so, but
I am already liking Slade's playstyle, not even just because of that double dip forward air, but you see how Slade has been maneuvering early on around the platforms to try and bait that, like, all right, what does Sourdough want to do when they anticipate me moving forward? And Sourdough hasn't even had a chance really to play the game because Slade is just staying in their face.
I like how Slade is being really selective of just waiting out for when Phantom is on the field, and as soon as Phantom leaves, like, that's it, it's go time. Although, speaking of Phantom, Sourdough showcasing really good control of the Phantom, a couple of displacements we've already seen thus far. I think that's going to be pivotal to denying a lot of these approaches from Slade, because if Phantom's going to be large and in charge right in front, you're not going to be able to dive right in, regardless of how patient you are.
And we're already seeing out of Slade, who's like, okay, I have the stock lead right now. I am not going to approach you until I see that you've decided to commit, because you have not shown me one option so far that leads me to believe that you can open me up in neutral by coming at me. So I'm just going to stay back.
Falling up air could have actually been disastrous if Slade landed that. That was a really good call-out button, too. I'm hoping Sourdough catches on to stuff like that.
Yeah, you see Sourdough was looking for the anticipation, like throwing out the Phantom, trying to catch the run-in from Slade, and Slade already was ready with the aggressive option. Like, it seems like Sourdough is starting to get a hold of the way that Slade wants to do things. Hasn't been able to close out the stock or really get a hit yet, but you can start to see the adjustments. However, that back air at the edge is going to close it out. Slade kind of cruising here with a 2-stock lead.
And they're going to lead to even more early damage just like that.
Oh my goodness. All right, I'm not one to normally write things off, but this is getting really rough really fast. Like, Sourdough has to play perfectly from this point forward. Even catching the jump, it doesn't matter because you have that jump invincibility at the startup at that double jump.
Yeah, game one is looking like a one and done for Slade. This is looking really rough on Sourdough right now. Even the eggs providing difficulty for Sourdough's positioning. It's going to be the down special that managed to secure a 3-stock for Slade in this game one.
Yeah, Slade's maneuvering around the platforms at the very beginning really set the tone for the match. Like, a lot of times you'll see people go for the wavelands pretty much only in between stocks, but for the people who actually utilize it properly, it's confusing to follow. It's like, wait, where are they going? Why are they navigating around the platforms like that? And every time Slade would recognize, oh, Sourdough's going to throw out an option here because they think I'm going to move forward, and then just came in and capitalized, and that just led to so much damage that Sourdough could not deal with.
I think Sourdough is going to need, in general, like, more space to press outwards, give less of an opportunity for Slade to turn reversals, find ways in. I think, like you were saying earlier, Stadium would have been the play. I think Stadium would be perfect right here. Town and City could also be an option for Sourdough, but either way, just some space to run away is what's necessary.
I was actually leaning towards Town and City. What do we get? Town and City, do we get SmashBros? We got SmashBros, actually.
What?
I am very surprised by that, considering how well Slade stayed in Sourdough's face. So I guess Sourdough is looking more for like a hands-on fight right here. No, not really any Phantoms. All right, that time we get one. But you see Sourdough's already trying to, like, push the initiative and stay in on Slade to prevent any type of, like, running away. And it's already working significantly better so far.
Like, there's two ways that you could play this out here. Like I was saying earlier, the runaway aspect prevents some ways of getting in. I think would have been the safer option. Or you could just choose to completely redline the match. Deny Yoshi a lot of space. He's only got, like, some choice landing because of the lone platform. But if you deny that platform, you fight from outside of it, all of a sudden Zelda is just a damage-dealing turtle. Like, there's no way to get through Phantom and that platform when you have to worry about nair and up air denying that landing space. And regardless of Yoshi being able to jump armor through it, you're still eating lots of damage. Like, look at the differential here.
Yeah, this is like night and day compared to the first game. You see Sourdough has found a way. It's like, okay, I am just going to constantly catch your landings, because before you were just waiting for me to throw out an option. What if I just don't give you the opportunity to look for it? Instead, I just keep pushing the initiative. That's not something you normally expect out of Zelda, so I really like the changes coming here in this game too for Sourdough.
All right, and coming with Thor's Wind is going to secure the first stock with not that much damage built up for Sourdough. Let's see if they can carry that momentum moving forward here. Slade is trying to break through the wall. We're seeing plenty of swinging, but Phantom is saying otherwise.
Yeah, we've already seen that like Slade has full capabilities of closing out a stock extremely fast. So now that Slade seems to have found the opportunity to really push in, you could definitely see the stock get closed out soon. But once again, Sourdough finding their way directly underneath Slade seems to be the consistent change here in Game 2.
All right, we got the jump call out with the down special. Very good from Slade. Normally, it's a pretty risky option from Yoshi because as long as you avoid the little stars that shoot out, like Yoshi is wide open for a punish. But using it when you've conditioned your opponent to jump out of shield and noticing that it's a very consistent habit for Sourdough, I guess in that situation, it turns into a very reliable reversal option.
Yeah, especially if you look like you're trying to land on the platform and try to hover underneath them to catch them, and then you just get caught by it falling through the stage. Like, it's pretty frustrating to try and fight.
These sour spot forward airs are rough. Like, if Slade lands one of these sweet, like, that's it. He converts it to an up air, and then all of a sudden, a reversal of the game's momentum. But them's the breaks for Yoshi sometimes.
Oh, that was almost, like, that setup was perfectly aligned, trying to look for the jump or the air dodge in place, but Slade somehow able to find his way back to the edge there, even past the Phantom. Sitting at 143, Yoshi is a thick boy, so this is still not necessarily the easiest position for Sourdough. You want to close this out soon before Slade finds his way back in, and there you go, the retreating forward smash is going to take it.
All right. You know, we saw a good amount of the dash back forward smash in tonight's earlier performance of Zelda play from both Sweet Lou and Beast. I was surprised we haven't really seen it from Sourdough up until now. But I guess given the approach options that Yoshi has, it's good to hold on to that for a just-in-case kind of deal.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you want to be reserved, especially when you're playing against the back foot. That down B has been putting in so much work. Trying to look for a high recovery there, but the forward air at the ledge is going to take it. We're back to one stock apiece.
Even though the stocks have now like turned the same, I still feel like this game is really strongly in control of Sourdough. Like Sourdough has had such a definitive control of the stage, both from base plat as well as making Slade like double guess having to land over and over. Like we're finally now getting a chance to see Slade like really take control of the game, but it's still been on Sourdough's call where all of these battles have been taking place.
Yeah, I think now we're starting to see like now that things are starting to get a little bit dicey. Slade has really just kind of been pushing in and trying to catch bad options out of jump, like out of shield, especially a jump. Well, like you said, Sourdough really has, like, this has kind of been Sourdough's game to lose with the way that he's been able to control the match so far. But Slade making good adjustments, gonna read the roll in. No, he's gonna go off to the side.
Ooh, that could have been curtains. And yo, I gotta highlight it once again. These phantom displacements have just been phenomenal from Sourdough, especially because you have to be careful with throwing around your shield against Yoshi. Like being able to just reliably body block Yoshi, as well as take up hits from like far, like approaching Nair or like a good majority of the eggs that have been thrown so far.
Yes, keep
like,
Yoshi grounded
as
yeah, keep Yoshi grounded as often as you possibly can. Those phantoms really have been doing it, but looking for the potential shield break or the jump out of shield. Yeah, as you've seen, Sourdough is regularly going for an up air, trying to challenge those. But at this kill percent, doesn't matter. Gonna get the anti-air up smash. Even though Sourdough had control of that game, Slade was able to change the pace at the end, and that's gonna be a 2-0 victory for Slade. That was very impressive for Slade, able to adjust that after really kind of getting like